Hello, I'm Lene,
And I'm Paige.
and you're watching Get to Know Your World.
Today we're traveling to Mali, Maldives at 4.1753 degrees north and 73.5089 degrees east.
We're going to be talking a bit about weather and climate, starting with the weather in December. The daytime high was 32 degrees Celsius, with a north-northeast wind blowing at 22 kilometers per hour. The humidity was 83% and the air pressure was 29.86 kPa.
In April, about 29 degrees Celsius today with very little clouds because of the northeastern monsoon winds. There is about 10 millimeters of precipitation and 69% humidity.
Now to June. Today it was 28 degrees Celsius. We saw some rain clouds due to our rainfall. The humidity is quite high today, being 78%.
And in September, it was 27 degrees Celsius today. The skies were very cloudy. The southwestern monsoon winds brought in 21 millimeters of rain and a very high humidity of 86%.
I'll tell you about the climate. March was the hottest month in Maldives with an average temperature of 29 degrees Celsius. The coldest month is January with a high of 27 degrees Celsius. The weather is pretty consistent throughout the year. The wettest month is September. It gets on average 243 millimeters of rain. The city averages 1,600 millimeters of rain a year. February gets the most sunshine daily of 10 hours. Mali has a tropical monsoon climate. The city features both wet and dry seasons. May through December is the wet season, and the 4 other months are the dry season. Very strong winds occur during the rainy season.
I'll tell you about some severe weather. Tornadoes in Mali, Maldives are very rare due to the location, but they experienced one on April 5th, 2009.
They have experienced a tsunami, but thankfully their atolls create a protection against tsunamis that reduces the impact of them.
Greenhouse effect. The ocean water level is rising and the island risks going under. Mali looks like the perfect place until you put on your scuba masks and see the floating bottles, cans, and diapers.
It has gotten rid of all of the HCFCs, which are hydrochlorofluorocarbons, due to destroying its stratospheric ozone layer.
Climate change will affect the city because if the ocean water keeps rising, the city will end up underwater. The country is 1.5 meters above sea level. By the end of the century, the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has forecasted that the sea level will rise around 97 centimeters. This will all happen over time, but a big indicator that this will happen is warming ocean temperature. The coral around Maldives is beginning to die due to warmer water. The rising sea levels make islands like the Maldives more vulnerable to severe weather, such as bad thunderstorms that flood parts of the island. The waves caused by severe wind erode the soil, increasing the chances of it going underwater.
How to lessen the impact on Mali. Individually, you could plant trees because they absorb carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. A single tree will absorb about 1 ton of carbon dioxide in its lifetime. Carpool, because less driving means fewer emissions. Save on electricity and reduce global warming by turning off the lights when you leave the room. In Mali, they've changed building laws so that each new house needs to be at least 3 feet off the ground in case of flooding. The Maldives resorts and hotels have to each provide one small coral island for each self-contained resort. Each must generate its own electricity, provide its own fresh water, and deal with its own waste. It must also manage the impact of its visitors' activities, such as snorkeling and diving, and deal with the problem of beach erosion. Another way of getting rid of carbon is some of the resorts include their own growing food and vegetables, and guests are asked to contribute to a carbon tax, which is invested into more green projects. Around Mali, there is a dike made so that it doesn't flood. They are now going to start building them around the whole island. The Maldives president is looking into places he can move the nearly 400,000 citizens in case of the island flooding. This does not lessen the impact to the city, but it does prepare them for the worst. Maldives government has teamed up with the Dutch architectural firm Dutch Docklands International to replace the sinking island with floating islands. These islands will be tethered to the ocean floor by cables. The structures will stay above water no matter how high the sea levels reach, and the new structures won't have many effects on the environment. This is what we can do in Canada and the other parts of the world to help the Maldives. By not littering, it will reduce the amount of garbage in the water. By replacing regular light bulbs with compact fluorescent light, or CFL, bulbs, it will reduce 2/3 less energy. If every Canadian family replaced one regular light bulb with a CFL, it would eliminate 90 billion pounds of greenhouse gases. That would be the same as taking 7.5 million cars off the road. By buying products with minimal packaging, it will help reduce the waste. By recycling half your household waste, you save 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide annually. Today's episode of Get to Know Your World. Hopefully you've learned some new tips on how to help the country of Maldives from sinking.